A South African mayor has given scholarships to female students who have maintained their purity and abstained from having sex. Now, these girls actually have to go through virginity checks, not by the mayor himself, but it's still creepy when you really think about it. Now, the mayor, Dudu Mazibuko, told a local radio station that the recipients had all agreed to undergo periodic exams to prove their virginity. How terrifying and traumatizing is that, by the way? Yeah. Do you know what that means? That means going to a doctor, hopefully a doctor, and having them check you out to make sure your hymen is intact, right? Hymens are not good indicators of whether or not someone's a virgin, just to keep it real.
Yeah, there's that aspect of it too, but do you really want to live in a society where you are or your daughters are constantly, their vaginas being inspected? Like, to me, that sounds less moral, right? That seems far more problematic to me than the idea of someone becoming immoral because they had sex.
Okay,
and by the way, for all these religious folks of all the different religions, I can't understand it. If having sex is so immoral, why did God make it so awesome? Yeah. Like, why is God messing with us? Look, I'm going to give you the greatest thing ever. Like, an orgasm is literally the best thing you could experience, but don't have it.
Right.
Like,
so
if you believe in God, do you think he made an accident? Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to make orgasms awesome. Golly, now everybody's going to want to have them, but they can't masturbate. They can't have sex outside of marriage. They can't have sex until they get married. God knows when that is. Golly, gee, I wish, you know what? I should have put like maybe riding horses as better, but it turns out orgasm's the best thing.
Orgasms are great. Everyone loves orgasms, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. However, look, I have no doubt that these people are conservatives and their religion is convincing them that abstinence is the best way to go. But they're having a huge problem with unintended pregnancies in South Africa right now, especially among young people. So South Africa's Department of Basic Education recorded about 20,000 pregnancies among young girls and young women in schools in 2014, with 223 pregnant girls still in primary school. Wow. So, okay, there are two issues at play here. One of them is unintended teen pregnancies. Another one is that there is a prevalence of rape and sexual assault that you should also address. Now, if you're having an issue with teenagers having sex and you want to convince them that, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to have sex, it's not going to work, okay? It didn't work in the United States when we moved away from comprehensive sex ed and focused on abstinence-only education. What does work is when you give them comprehensive sex ed, give them the tools to protect themselves from STDs and unwanted pregnancies, and just give them everything they need to prevent these bad things. You can't just tell them, don't have sex, because they will have sex. The only difference is they'll have sex without the tools necessary to prevent the diseases and the unwanted pregnancies.
Yeah, so South Africa does have issues here, but a campaign to educate is 1,000 times better way of handling it. And we know, like Anna said, in the U.S., state by state, the ones that try abstinence-only failures, teen pregnancies are the highest in those states per capita of any states. States that do comprehensive sex education, lowest teen pregnancy. So if you want to combat teen pregnancy, there's tried and tested ways of doing so. Checking young girls' vaginas periodically and then giving them scholarships if they still have a hymen is not one of the tested, proven ways of doing it.
And to your point, one thing that I want to add, just look into Mississippi, which believes in abstinence-only sex ed, highest teen pregnancy rates in the country. New Hampshire, only comprehensive sex ed, lowest teen pregnancy rates in the country. How do you like them apples?